as well as mixlr.com/wakeupcalldt. And we're live on Facebook right now. We're on facebook.com/Dan Tortora21. That's Dan, Tortora 21, for those of you that still don't know how to spell my name, and that's a disgrace. So, I had somebody say to me on the phone before, they're like, your name is not difficult at all. They're like, it's literally Tor twice and an A. And I said, you would be amazed at how stupid people are. But it's true. So we're happy to have you here with us hanging out this morning. We have given a new name to what we're doing here, and I'm very excited for what we have here with John Newman of Newman Sports Cards. We are now officially calling this Collectible Corner, and what that means is if we have something like a jersey or something that's autographed, or maybe it's just a jersey that was given to us or whatever it may be, that it's not just sports cards. We could bring jerseys on here. We could bring, some of the other stuff that I've had signed. I have a coaster that's signed by a very prominent person that we'll bring on at some point that played for Syracuse. So there's a lot of cool stuff. So I thought Collectible Corner is the sports card element, but it's also the jersey and the miscellaneous stuff as well.
Comic books.
Comic books. We can discuss some comic books and some cool things that we have. Superpowered Pop shout-outs. You can check that out at superpoweredpop.com, episode archive. That's DT and EB, Eric Bunch. That's my dude that helps me on that, so big shout-out to Eric Bunch. But we're happy to be here with you. I am ecstatic, and this is a weekly thing, John, and we mentioned it before, that my family in Spain watches and listens to the show. And in Spain, no Mexico, New York, no Phoenix, New York, real-time Spain. I don't tell them about the show. They just go and listen to it. So Jose Caracal Gutierrez is listening to the show right now. Shout out to Jose. And a shout out to Spain, who is going to be playing today in Spain, that will have their schedule coming up here and playing at 2 p.m. Eastern Time here in the States. So big shout out to Spain, and big love to my family that will be cheering on their team from the home country of Spain, and a big thanks to them listening and watching Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora, Collectible Corner from Spain. So what'd you think, John? Do you think involving yourself in this show would ever get you some viewership in Spain?
It's fun. I've been, like I said before, I've been told I have a face for radio.
Yeah.
And here I am on TV. So
yeah,
I proved the haters wrong.
You did. You proved the haters wrong, because not only are Americans watching you, but Hispanics are watching you.
Worldwide. We're worldwide.
We are worldwide.
We're the pit bull of collectibles.
Yeah, we're making it happen worldwide. I love that you mentioned Pitbull. See, this is showing that John is in touch with the times.
Yeah, they call him
Mr. Worldwide. So, and May Gomez Caracao as well is watching it. So big shout out to my family in Spain. And big ups to Spain, who's got a massive game today. Spain, very, very proud of the work that you've done to get inside of the World Cup once again. Let's win that World Cup. Their first match in group stages, 2 p.m. Eastern Time today.
Must be nice when your country's in the World Cup.
Isn't it weird?
We don't know what that is.
We don't know what that feels like. So I am American. I was born in America, but my blood that makes me this nice olive complexion, that blood is of Spain and of Italy. So when the World Cup rolls around, of course I cheer on America, but I also cheer on Spain and Italy. And I have an affinity, a deep connection. Some people reach out to their roots and some people don't. And for me, people kind of joke with me about it. They're like, Dan, you're Italian and Spanish? We didn't know. Because I talk about it all the time. And that's because I love my heritage, and I don't think you should ever forget where you came from. I talk about my grandparents all the time and my parents because, again, that's where I came from, and those are the people that raised me. So, for Spain and Italy, I love you both dearly. I can't stand the fact that they bump each other out of things. So Spain has bumped out Italy. Italy's bumped out Spain. If it was up to me, they'd both win. But Spain is in, Italy is not, America is not, which means Spain, let's go win another World Cup. So.
And I'm half Italian and half Jewish. So both my teams are gone.
No Israel. So But there is no Palestine.
And no USA, so I guess I get to just pick whoever the heck I want.
So John Newman has stated in this moment he's going to cheer on Spain. Is that so?
I root for Spain.
And you're wearing red today, so that's perfect.
Yep. So
red and yellow, I like it. And the thing is, Spain, if you win, my T-shirt will mean so much more. And the T-shirt says, "You're welcome." So, and if you've never seen Moana, you need to go and see that. Have you seen Moana?
No.
Well, you need to watch it. I can't believe
I watched all those Disney stuff when Jordan was younger. So if it's from that decade or so, I've seen it. But after he grew up, I probably didn't.
Well, shame on Jordan for not being a giant child. We need to make him a big kid.
That depends who you talk to. It depends on the day. But.
Okay. Fair enough. So, John and I are here hanging out with you in what we call Collectible Corner. It's an exclusive segment on Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora. It's our only segment that has ever aired simultaneously live on internet radio and live on internet television. So, TV and radio for you, to your phone, to your desktop, your laptop, your tablet, and all your devices that get the internet right here on mixlr.com/wakeupcalldt and on Facebook Live on facebook.com/Dan Tortora21. So with that being said, John, we got some really, really cool stuff. There's something that I want to show you today.
Yeah, no, you drew up the suspense. Now I'm like, is this thing going to live up to the hype?
But I'm gonna literally do what I'm gonna Ryan Seacrest this thing, and I'm gonna say, and the winner is. After this commercial break. So that's what I'm going to do all throughout the show today. But I have something I want to show you, but I almost want to put it out every week. I want to be like, hey guys, in case you forgot, we got this now, and we're really excited about it because it's something that, now to put it to you like this, there's a group of former Syracuse players that I wanted to interview and to connect with, and this allows me to bring the whole group together in a very special way. So we'll do that coming up here in the show, but I'm going to defer to John. We're going to be talking about numerous sports topics in Collectible Corner, and we're going to be sharing our cards. John's going to show you what's on sale with Newman Sports Cards. He's going to show you maybe some of the private collection as we go throughout the weeks, and I have mine, some of them on sale, some of them, definitely the one I'm going to show you is in a private collection here. So we're happy to be here with John Newman. We love sports, so do you, so thanks for joining us. So John, I'm going to defer to you. What do you want to show us first here?
Right off the bat, I got some for our local brethren. I got some Yankee flavor. So
I'm not drinking wine, folks. This is a Jaguar Swell bottle. I know, but I know it's 5 o'clock somewhere. I think it might be 5 o'clock in Spain right now.
I was going to ask you what time it was in Spain.
I want to say they're 6 hours ahead, but don't quote me. I gotta check here. So let's look at how do I do this?
I would just Google time in Spain.
Time in Spain. Yeah, that's a lot easier than what I was trying to do. I was trying to do mathematics and stuff. Yeah, so it's 4:25 in Spain. So it's almost 5 o'clock in Spain, which means I can drink wine on the radio and on live video, but it's all good. So what do you got for us?
So I brought some different cards today that show everyone. They come in different shapes and sizes, variations and whatnot. This is a Judge rookie from Bowman Chrome, and once you put it on camera, they'll be able to see that this is just it's the same height, but it's just narrower of a card. It's kind of a mini. It's got some
the mini card. So it's about half the. It's a little more than half the size of a normal card width wise, but the height is the same. So as you can see it, and you can see it really good when it's inside of the top loader, is that you can see here that there's the gap. So you could see that this is not, if this was a full card, we would see it take up all the space, but it's actually a smaller version of a card. It's an Aaron Judge rookie. It's a refractor. And how you know if it's a refractor, you see that as I do this, you see those rainbow colors. That is your refractor, and then on the back, we always show you that too, so we'll let you get a little view of Aaron Judge's rookie card. But, yeah, this is by Bowman. I love Bowman Chrome. I'm really pissed off that the NFL doesn't work with them anymore, but this is Aaron Judge.
Maybe someday they'll be
Maybe if we continue showing really nice Bowman cards, they'll feel bad and they'll do it. But this is, yes, a mini version of Aaron Judge's rookie card, and this is on sale from John Newman and Newman Sports Cards, and the price that is on here, is that the price?
Yeah.
Okay. So
and we just got a bunch of Aaron Judges in. I just bought a lot of them. So,
and we know that Aaron Judge is the guy that's kind of brought Yankee fans back to baseball here.
And I'll be honest with you, he's having another decent year. I was really... Yeah.
I love how people are hard on him because he blew up last year. So then people are like, I was talking to a couple of Yankee fans, and they're like, yeah, he's really not hitting well right now. And I'm like, comparative to,
yeah,
come on. Give the guy, he's not going to hit a home run every time he's at bat. But,
no, people got spoiled. People
they got spoiled last year.
By the rookie year.
Yeah. Let's see what I have here. All I want for my birthday is a Carvel ice cream cake. Thank you, Johnny, for talking about nothing that we were discussing. However, promoting Carvel. I appreciate that. Maybe we'll get you an ice cream cake that will put like black on it that looks like chest hair. Maybe we'll do something like that. So happy.
Yeah, I don't want to be the person that has to make that cake up.
Yeah, I'm gonna call up Jay over at Carvel, and I'm gonna say, "Hey Jay, can you make a cake that looks like half-shaved chest hair?" And you know what Jay would do after laughing? He would go, "Absolutely." So there's a good chance we'll make that happen. Shout out to everybody: Daryl Free, Jose Carracao Gutierrez, as well as Donna Cavino, May Gomez Carracao, Mark DeSalvo, Savan M. Swain for all tuning into the show. I'm going to give you guys a shout out.
Through those names like a pro. I would have tripped over the first
I don't know. My wife tells me, she's like, I can't curl my R's because if it's if you say like Carracao, if there's two, you have to carra. It's longer, but if there's one, then it's like ere, like you say ere. You say it's kind of ade, like it's like a D, but it's not ere. And then if it's two, it's ere. So she's like, how the heck do you do that? And I was like, well, it's in my blood. I don't know. I guess my whatever my chromosomes are allow me to curl my R's.
I'm just worried about saying my R's normal with some flair on it.
You know who can't say his R's? Kim Jong-un. So, but it's all good. Yeah, Kim Jong and Donald Trump signed some papers lately. So yeah. I guess that's good.
Hey,
who would have thought we'd run political on this hobby? Well, listen, they did something good.
Important.
They did something good. Okay, whether you like Donald Trump, Kim Jong-un, or anything out there, whatever, who you like and don't like, can we agree that nuclear war we all don't like? And for those of you that like it, I really hope we never meet each other.
Yeah.
So
it's a step in the right direction, we'll see. Yeah. Some of that, makes you wonder how much is real and how much is just for the semantics or the showing.
Right. But to get him to even meet with you, that's a big step.
Yeah. I'm glad they did. It's not going to hurt. Obviously, I think there's more damage in not meeting and just throwing barbs at each other, on social media.
Yeah, calling him Rocket Man, although that is a great song.
Elton John was glad he did that, I think.
Did I tell you the shirt I saw in Disney?
No.
I'm walking into, I think we were walking into a store. There's a guy walking out of a store in Disney. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Yeah, we were walking into the store for Rock and Roller Coaster for Aerosmith at Hollywood Studios. I'm going in with my wife. This guy's coming out, and I get a quick glimpse right in front of my face of his shirt, and it says Rocket Man, and it has Kim Jong-un with these sunglasses on and like psychedelic, and I was like, I don't know if I'd wear a Kim Jong-un shirt, but if I ever did, it would be that one. Yeah, that would be the one, because that was pretty. I should have stopped him and asked him who made it.
But. Yeah, it might be one of those homemade variety.
Yeah, it could have been. Oh, by the way, anybody that wants to make me a homemade Darkwing Duck shirt, when just make it. And make it and send it to me, because as you can see today, I'm shamelessly plugging my want, desire, and hope that the rumors I've heard that Darkwing Duck is getting a show back on Disney is going to be coming. So I'm gonna support Darkwing Duck every chance that I get here, folks. It has nothing to do with sports. It has nothing to do with comics and collectibles, or well, I should say collectibles. It is comics, but I will tell you, Super Powered Pop. I shamelessly plug Darkwing all the time.
That's all right.
Do you know Darkwing Duck?
I vaguely,
okay. Well, at least you know something today, John.
Yeah.
Oh, Amy Tompkins Blakeman, shout out to you too. We love John. We do. At the beginning of the show, he refused to acknowledge his wife, who is sick at home, but we still think you're a good person.
No, she went to work. She went to work.
Okay, so he didn't want to acknowledge her. He didn't want to acknowledge her, even though she was sick. And he said, you need to go make the bacon, because today I'm going on Dan's show.
Yeah, she didn't feel that good, but she went to work.
So you sent her to work so that you can come here and play with us.
She sent herself to work. I gave her a kiss before she went to work.
Okay.
Just I don't want to come across as
so you kissed
Hannibal Lecter.
You're not Hannibal Lecter. Hello, Clarice.
I don't care that you're sick. Go to work.
Go to work. That's all good. That's fun. We joke around with you. John is literally one. Listen, anybody that knows me knows that if I joke around with you, it's because I value your time. I believe you're a good person. And, there's mutual love, okay?
Yeah, that's how I am.
If I don't joke around with you, then there is reason to be terrified.
Yeah.
Because the worst thing that I can ever do to someone is be silent.
Yeah.
I'm
the same way, so I think...
When I don't talk, people are like, is the world going to end today? Is something going on? So for me, John is a great person. I don't have to be in his household to know that he is a good husband and a good father, because this is what you see.
Well, I'm married 19 years, so I hope that the proof's a little bit in the pudding there.
That you're a good guy. So we joke around with John, but John's good people, and John has got a phenomenal business in Newman Sports Cards, which I'm so happy that when we met. It wasn't back. It wasn't here yet. And then it's like, in the time we've known each other, you just it was like a little snowball that just turned into a bigger snowball that turned into this internet shop.
There's a lot of people who that are friends that don't even know. I don't always advertise it.
Yeah.
Even though I've done it for as long as I have, there's people who have known me. That didn't even realize they did that. Maybe they saw a post or something like, "Oh, I didn't know."
Yeah, Well, I had a guy respond last week that said John's one of the nicest people I know. So
yeah. I try to be. We all put our pants on one leg at a time. I hope. I'm sure there's a few days I jumped in them, but those are those rare.
There's some days where I wear no pants. Yeah. So could be right now, folks, because you're only seeing me from the chest down.
One of my things is, I try to treat people how I would want to be treated if the situation was reversed, and I think if you do that, you'll just be a better person and more understanding, and it goes a long way. If more people kind of thought like that, it'd be better.
And thank you to Mark Verkler for joining as well. But I mean, it's very true. When you know that you're a good person and you go out there and you try to be nice to people, and it's not. And the thing is, when people are bad people, they're bad people. But when you're a good person and you say, "Hey, I try to be a good person," people are like, "What are you bragging?" And it's like, no, it doesn't take anything to be a good person. But when you go out and you try to do the best you can. You'd like to believe that what you see is what you get, and that it all comes back around full circle. When good people go out in the world and when you get smacked in the face, we get smacked in the face. We have that belief that being a good person is a thankless job. But I can say, whether you believe in God or not, whatever you believe in, I can tell you that the God that I believe in has not only always been like, hey, you thought that I didn't see that, but I saw that. But, there's something to be said about the life that I've been able to live. And I tell God all the time, you over-blessed me, but please don't misconstrue that as me saying I want to give any of it back. Yeah. Because my wife, my dog, my friends, John Newman,
it's nice good people. You're acknowledging the fact that you're very fortunate.
I am very fortunate, and I need to say thank you a lot more.
Yeah, there's people that probably don't, that probably should do more of that and don't.
The thing is like, just because the world doesn't politically correct want to talk about God anymore, I would shut myself in. And there was a lot of times on my radio recently on the show where I would just kind of hide it. I'm like, I don't want to offend anybody. I was like, wait a second. What about me being offended? Mm-hmm. I think I don't want to offend anybody else. Well, you're offending me when you say Xmas. You're offending me when you say Catholics are bad, Christians are bad. You're offending me when you're saying I can't talk about God. I don't put my faith on anybody, but I'm very proud to be a child of God. Mm-hmm. I'm very proud to love the God I love. And there's someone out there that'll go, Dan, you just lost me as a listener. You know what? If you're not going to listen to me because I believe in God, something inside of you I'm concerned about. Because I believe in God, who is kind, loving, caring, comedic, fruitful, perseverant, determined. And if you are none of those things, then there's a very good chance that you and I would not be friends anyways. Mm-hmm. So, I believe in a God who believes in us. And if I think that I was created by accident, I'd find myself to be pretty stupid. But we can all believe in what we want to believe, and it just sucks that nowadays people can go say anything they want to say negative about God and faith. But if you say anything positive, you're preaching.
Well, I think even if someone has a difference of opinion,
yeah,
but you enjoy the show, why can't you just continue watching the show?
Right.
You know, I got to believe everyone that listens or watches the program, maybe not everyone is a believer.
Yeah, I have Trump supporters. I got Clinton supporters.
That's okay.
I have Bernie Sanders
people
supporters.
Need to separate things sometimes. Sometimes it's just too easy to lump everything in. Oh, I don't agree with you, so I don't want to watch anything or have anything to do with you. That's it. That's the easy way out.
Well, and the fact of the matter is, if you're Catholic, a Christian, you believe in God. If you're Jewish, you believe in God. If you're Buddhist, then you believe that there are many gods, but is our God not the God of thunder and the God of water and the God of... So they break it up, but they still believe in a higher power. If you're Hindu, you believe in a higher power. If, it's like any of us that believe in something, we believe in something bigger.
Yeah,
if you're Muslim, you believe in Allah, but what is Allah? It's a higher power. So why can't I sit down with a Muslim and have a conversation that I believe in?
Even non-believers will say, there's something else at work. What that something else is, they might debate you on.
Right.
But
if you love your wife, you love your kids, there's something inside of you that is tremendously powerful in a good way. And I'm just sick and tired of being the show that, like, 15 years ago I could say God up, down, and all around the corner, and 15 years later it's like, hey, Dan. I mean, I had somebody on Twitter who was, he said to me, if you take God out of your profile, there's a really good chance you'll get a bunch of followers. And I wrote back to him, if that's what it takes for you to follow me, please delete me, block me, and do whatever you have to do, because it's never going to happen. And, that was when I had, I don't even know, 200, and now there's 2,000, and if there was still 200, I'd still be the same kid. And I think the worst thing in the world that I could do is my grandmother, who everybody knows I was close with, G-Mama, when she passed away, the worst thing I can do now that it's almost been a year is to forget everything she taught me. And she taught me, she was very simple. I said, Grandma, why are people mean? Why are they hateful? Why do people want to hurt me? I'm trying to be a good kid. And my grandmother always said, keep your nose clean. If they don't like you, piss on them. And pray to God. She would always say God. Like, she didn't have an accent, but with that she did. She would say, pray to God, say your prayers, and keep your nose clean. And my grandmother she was like the step and then God to me. And she'll always be that way. You could touch God through my grandmother. You could touch God through my grandfather, her husband. So
yeah, I have a similar relationship with my grandma, who's also unfortunately passed on.
Sorry to hear that.
I was raised by her, so in a sense, she was my mother.
Yeah,
and she was a very strong person of faith. But I'll be honest with you, Dan. She didn't even go to church for the last 20, 30 years of her life. And I remember having a conversation with her one day. I'm like, I know you believe, Grandma, and you're very religious, but you don't go to church a lot. When I said never, it probably wasn't never, but not as much as you think for as deeply religious as she was.
Yeah.
And I asked her about that, and the answer I'll never forget she gave me was, with all due respect to churches, Johnny, they're beautiful buildings and they're beautiful and they're great. And, but there are many people who go to them because they think they're getting points and that sort of thing. And there's many people who don't, that are real people for faith. So really, at the end of the day, it's just the building, and God is in your heart, and if you believe it's in, like she said, God knows I love him and believe in him, whether I go to church or not. And
I know a lot of people that go to church that are horrible to the people that, I have people in my own family that said to me over the phone, I go to church once a week and you don't. And so if you think I'm a bad guy, I at least go to church. And I said, you go to church for an hour a week, but you treat your family horribly, and you're abusive to your family, and I don't go to church all the time, and I talk to God all day long. When I wake up in the morning, every morning, I say, God, thank you for waking me up this morning. And if I go grab my phone and I get on Facebook before I say thank you, I will tell you that in my gut, I am not doing the right thing because somebody woke me up. And to think that I just wake myself up magically, is crazy. But again, we're not here to tell you what to believe in, but in the same respect, please respect the fact that I would not be where I am today, and nothing in this business, this name, nothing exists without God. There is nothing inside of me that believes that I did this all by myself. I think I gave 10, 20, 30% to it, even if I was bleeding and crawling on the ground. And, I say to God all the time, he says, meet me halfway. Most of the time, he gives me 110%. Whether or not I give 100 or not, he's always doing it. And, for the rest of my life, I need to be better. I need to be stronger. But I will tell you that we've taken God and faith more and more out of our culture. And look at what 2018 looks like. So if you think that there is no God, if you think that there's no importance of faith, show me if this world is better than what it was 20 years ago. It's not. So, in the comfort of my own home, I get down on my knees. And if I was out in public and they told me that they would shoot me on sight for getting down on my knees, I guess I'm going to die that day. And the thing about Columbine is I will never forget the girl that was in the cafeteria, and one of the kids at Columbine said to her, do you believe in God? And she looked him in the eye and she said yes, and he shot her in the head.
Yeah, her name was, her last name's escaping me, but her first name was Cassie.
Yeah. So. And you know what, Cassie? I could not live the rest of my life if I said no. And so, Tim Jones, thank you for joining as well. And, so we're here about sports, but it is where sports meets life. And in all honesty, folks, if I stay silent about the God I believe in, then I'm just setting the world on fire a little bit more. So, John and I, we believe in God. We believe in something bigger. And you know what? God brought us together. So if you like this show but you don't believe in God, have the respect to respect us, respecting you, and enjoy the show.
Yeah, that's what people need to do. Everyone is entitled to their opinion.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's first things.
But the thing is, if you're Muslim, I don't care. If you're Jewish, and this is not on purpose, the majority of my closest friends in my life are Jewish. And so they believe Jesus was a really nice person. I believe Jesus was God. So it's something that you would think would highly divide us to the point where we could not even sit in the same room. Mm-hmm. I love these guys like my brothers. Yeah. And we have a different belief, but you know what? When we die, I believe they'll go to heaven, and I'm doing everything I can to get there. And it's crazy to me that I can be friends with people that have such a difference of opinion with Jesus and who the Savior is, but it doesn't change how I feel, and it never has. No. And I want to shout you out. I want to show love more than anything. Ross, you are one of the best friends that I have. You're one of the nicest people in the world. I love you to pieces. And he celebrates his Jewish culture. I celebrate my Catholic and Christian culture. And I don't know if God could have given me a better brother if my mom birthed that person. So to Ross, I love you from the bottom of my heart. And if we're not a sign of accept a difference, I don't know what is. Because I wear a cross on my chest. And he could look at me every day and go, that's not real, that's not real, that's not real. And we've been friends for almost 10 years. And the only thing that we've had a difference of opinion on, and it's rare, is like movies. Yeah. I like this one, you didn't. But when it comes to, our heart and soul, I know that kid's going straight to heaven. So
I think we, like I said, you gotta, everyone's entitled to opinion.
Yeah.
But I don't think you throw someone completely out based on theirs.
Absolutely not.
If you like what someone does, but maybe don't agree with it, why can't you still enjoy
their company?
Whatever they're doing.
Yeah.
And you got to separate some of that stuff sometimes. It's just real easy to write off someone or something just because your opinions don't exactly match. And
absolutely.
We got to get past. It's 2018.
Right. And in a world that wants to be accepted, you can't accept people while not accepting other people.
I mean, think about marriage. You know what I mean? Do married couples agree with their spouse on everything?
Right.
No, but the first disagreement, or you
run away,
you go to the lawyer and get divorced. You know,
but that's why I think the divorce rate's so high. Is that people are like, wow, I married this person that I thought was going to tell me I'm awesome every single day and that I'm never wrong, and then we got in a fight and she told me that she would have done something different with our kids, so now we're divorced. It's settling. Divorce to me is settle. It comes from settling, and it comes from not knowing who you're with, and at the same time, it comes with giving up. If you run away from everything, have my wife and I had arguments where we've said things that we don't mean and done things that we don't, like acted a certain way that we don't want to act? Yeah. But there's never been a time that my wife can tell you she's been threatened by me, afraid of me, or thought that I would genuinely leave this house and never come back. And there's nothing about her that makes me feel that way. I mean, I haven't felt good the last couple days with my allergies. Laid on my wife's chest yesterday, and I told her, I feel safe. And she said, well, you are. And I said, but the only people that make me feel this way were my grandma and my mom. Yeah. And laying on her chest, I feel the same way. And if that doesn't show me I made the right choice, I don't know what will. Adam Lamont Anderson, thank you for joining as well. With this video, we're going to show one more card from John, and then stay with us here on Facebook Live. We're going to end this video. We're going to start a new one, but it's going to be on Facebook.com/DanTortora21. So if you're watching this video, just understand that we will end this one and start a new one, and just follow the next one.
All right, this next card, staying on the Yankee train, and we're talking about God. This was a guy that was replacing what many Yankee fans would consider God, and Derek Jeter.
Yeah, they're the best, one of the best ever.
And this is out of this year's Heritage. It's a D.D. Gregorius top certified auto. The autos in this year's Heritage were tougher pull, so these are hard to get. So there's a DD.
So this is a Topps Heritage, and this is an actual autograph. It's got 3 loops. I would call this the roller coaster autograph, but we have D.D. Gregorius, and we have his autograph on card, no sticker. He had to hold this card in his hand, unless he knows how to levitate him, and sign this. So he was holding this card and signing his name right here, his John Hancock, D.D. Gregorius, and like John said, not only is it cool to get an autograph to pull one, but that they are harder to find in Topps Heritage. So, what makes you say? I mean, is it just how many there are?
Yeah, just the odds. It's one of those products they didn't load up
on autographs
with autographs.
Okay.
So,
do we know what it is as comparative to some others?
To an average product, it's probably 3-4 times as harder to get an auto.
Oh, wow.
The Heritage, yeah. The Heritage is more known for the inserts and variations.
So the
autos are kind of take a little bit of a back seat.
So this is an on-card autograph from D.D. Gregorius, which is not only an on-card auto, but 3 to 4 times more difficult to pull from this group. So if you have a D.D. Gregorius autograph that you could get from another company or another version or whatever, that's great and that's wonderful. This is more of a scarcity, more of a rarity.
Yeah. So if you put this card up to, like, let's say like a Topps Chrome DD auto, this one's gonna be higher value.
Yeah, so this will, again, because that's the thing too, is you get an autograph, and that's awesome. You pull an autograph, and then so there's pulling an autograph. There's the on-card versus the sticker, and then there is, on top of that, the rarer company of pulling that as comparative to the company.
And then there's in Heritage, there's even a red print auto, which is cool. Those are individually numbered, and those things are in the 3 figures.
So D.D. Gregorius, we have his on-card auto. Like I said, we're going to end this video and then come back with us on Facebook.com/DanTortora21. If you're watching, tell your family, friends, coworkers, and colleagues to hop on to Part 2 of Collectible Corner for June 15th of this great year, 2018. And for those of you on MixLR.com/WakeUpCallDT, stay with us and listen into this fast break. We'll be back with more Collectible Corner in just a moment.